And do you think that it probably is something that goes very, undiagnosed? Because
Yes.
I don't know, like I don't hear anyone talking around about like having mold toxicity or, I think that we just probably don't even think about it, until I heard you speak about it. I was like, oh wow, yeah, I wonder. Like, because a lot of us are living in very old houses as well, and they, you may have mold growing that you don't even know about.
Yeah, it really hasn't hit the mainstream as yet, even though the research into it really, goes back to 1990 or so, or even earlier, 1986. There was a study done on sick building syndrome. So it's been looked at since the 1980s. However, the direction of medical science hasn't really been in this direction, like looking at environmental causes, and so therefore, what we don't put attention on, we don't find. and
Mm.
and so unfortunately it's been something that's only been limited to certain practitioners who have a special interest, and therefore many people who are chronically unwell from mold never find out that it is connected to their living environment, and may continue to suffer needlessly for many years.
Right. And how will we know if we have an illness from mold? Like, is there any symptoms that we would have, or how does this come about?
Well, basically, there's no specific symptoms, but the key is that it generally tends to affect every organ of the body. That's if you've got this inflammatory form of illness. And basically, there are some specific ones, such as if you get a lot of static electricity shocks or a sense of vibratory sensation in your body, those symptoms tend to be a bit more specific. But
Mm.
basically, the first thing is just to think about it with any chronic undiagnosed condition. Or even if there is a diagnosis behind it, let's say one's been diagnosed with fibromyalgia or chronic fatigue syndrome, I think one really important thing is to still continue always asking why one has developed these conditions.
Mm.
Because I believe that there generally is a cause. And so basically just suspecting it can lead you to investigate it. And obviously the first thing is to consider whether your home environment does appear to have any signs of water damage.